We put them on without thinking twice,
Yeah.
right? But shoes, the journey they take from idea to, well, our feet, way more complicated than we realize.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we're digging into today. A job that's all about, like, pure craftsmanship, the pre-lasting operator.
It's funny, it's a job most people don't even know exists, but you can't make shoes without them. Not really. We picture these big factory lines, but someone's got to shape the shoe, the top part, before there's even a sole to speak of. That's our pre-lasting operator.
Setting the whole thing up, basically. And the stuff from RoleCatcher, it got really interesting there. They talk about using a last, like a mold, but for a foot. That's so the shoe gets its shape.
Exactly. Molding, that's the key. How snug it fits, how comfy it is, even how long it lasts, all starts there.
So it's not just assembly, it's like sculpting, almost. Attaching insoles, putting in stiffeners for support, back molding. RoleCatcher gets into the nitty-gritty. It sounds complicated.
Oh, it definitely is. Real artistry involved. That first thing you mentioned, the insole. Super important for what they call lasting cemented construction. A lot of shoes are made this way. Basically, the insole is glued, like really seriously glued to the last, makes a strong bond.
So that's why they call it lasting.
Yeah.
Clever. Okay, but what about the stiffeners? What are those for?
Think of them like the bones in your foot. Stiffeners give the shoe its structure, stop it from going all floppy, help it keep its shape. You wear a shoe without those, it wouldn't last 5 minutes.
Right, right. And back molding, that's the heel part, yeah?
Yep, that's shaping the heel counter, that piece that cups the back of your heel. Perfect example of how the little things make all the difference. Ever have a shoe that just rubs you wrong right around the ankle?
Oh, I've had my fair share, trust me.
9 times out of 10, that's bad back molding. But get it right, you don't even notice it's there. That's the sign of good shoe design. When the support is so good, you don't even think about it.
It's like those little design details, furniture, buildings. You don't always see them, but they make all the difference.
Exactly. The pre-lasting operator, they're not just building a shoe, they're building the experience of wearing that shoe.
And that experience better be good because their shoes go through a lot. So definitely a skilled job. But where can it take you, career-wise? Luckily, RoleCatcher breaks down those stages: entry-level, junior operator, senior operator. So let's get into it. What does that actually look like? And it's not just like climbing the ranks, right? It's what you learn along the way, the journey. RoleCatcher had these example profiles, really brought it to life.
Oh, for sure. Way better than just a list of what you're supposed to do, right? These profiles give you the feel, like you're actually there.
Okay, so take us there. Someone's just starting out. What's that like?
Imagine this, okay. Brand new, entry level. The factory floor is a lot to take in. Learning the tools, different leathers, adhesives, all that. Probably assisting with the actual lasting, watching someone experienced, learning by doing.
Soaking it all up, yeah. Like an old school apprenticeship. Makes sense with the craftsmanship.
Exactly. Solid foundation, that's the goal at this stage. Then, junior operator, you get to do more on your own. Running the equipment, maybe even training the newbies, the ones you were just like. And you start to see the bigger picture, how your part fits into making the whole shoe.
Right, so it's not just about your little piece anymore. You're part of something bigger. And I bet that's where problem solving comes in, figuring stuff out.
Totally. Now you're the senior operator, see? Not just following orders, you're the leader, the mentor, the one who solves the tricky problems, looking for ways to do things better, faster, maybe even new techniques, new materials. You're shaping how the shoes get made from now on. Pretty cool when you think about it.
That's the expert level right there.
Yeah.
But here's what I found interesting. RoleCatcher pointed this out too. Even if shoes aren't your passion, the skills you get. Useful anywhere, really.
Oh, 100%. Think about it. You're detail-oriented. Quality control, teamwork, communication, how to think on your feet, literally. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, that's valuable stuff.
It's about more than just shoes. It's the skills you build on the way. Which brings us to the interview, the big hurdle. Even when you've got the skills, interviews can be scary. Thankfully, RoleCatcher, they've got your back with some seriously helpful interview resources, and they really went all out on this one. They don't just give you the, what are your strengths stuff, They get into the real deal, what this job actually needs. Love that.
Yeah, it's way more useful, right? They get it. You got to be ready for those curveball questions, the ones that really make you think on your feet.
Totally. And they give examples, actual questions they might ask you.
Yeah.
Got to say, I'm curious now. Lay it on me.
Okay, get this. One is, how do you prioritize tasks when you're juggling multiple projects?
Okay. Sounds pretty standard on the surface. But I feel like there's more to it.
Oh, yeah, there is. I mean, think about a shoe factory, right? It's all systems go, deadlines, multiple lines running. This question, it's their way of seeing if you can handle the heat, stay organized when things get crazy.
They need someone who can keep up, keep those shoes moving.
100%. And then they've got this one. How do you troubleshoot if something goes wrong during pre-lasting? Again, not just about fixing it. It's about showing you get why each step matters. Can you think for yourself, find solutions?
Proving you're not just a robot. You understand the craft, the heart of it.
Exactly. And that leads right into another one they mention, what made you want to be a pre-lasting operator in the first place? That's your chance to shine, show you're not just after any job, you connect with the artistry of it all.
Shows commitment, that you're in it for the long run, not just a paycheck.
Yeah.
This has been seriously eye-opening. But before we wrap up, got to ask about the big picture. RoleCatcher mentioned some trends, like sustainability, technology, all that. How's that changing things for pre-lasting operators?
That's what's so cool. This isn't some old, dusty job. It's changing all the time. People want ethical shoes, sustainable, all that good stuff. So if you're a pre-lasting operator, knowing those practices, the new eco-friendly materials, that's gold.
So it's not enough to know the old ways. You got to move with the times.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's tech, right? 3D printing, all kinds of crazy stuff coming out, changing how we design and make shoes. Imagine the possibilities, custom fits, less waste, shoes that do things we haven't even thought of yet.
Wild.
It is. Exciting time to be in this industry and the pre-lasting operator. They're right there in the thick of it.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this. What if this is just the first step? RoleCatcher talks about other jobs, right? Footwear quality control, even hand lasting, making those super high-end shoes. Could starting as a pre-lasting operator be that foot in the door? Lots to think about, and who knows where your own deep dive might lead. Thanks for joining us.